90% of people will retire broke, not because they didn't work hard enough, not because they didn't earn enough, but because of 10 specific habits so deeply wired into how we think about money that most people don't even know they have them. These habits don't look like failure. They look like normal. They look like what everyone around you is doing. They look like being responsible, treating yourself, living your life. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which of these habits you have, and you will know precisely what to replace them with. This isn't motivation. This is a diagnosis. Let's start. Habit number 1, trading time for money and never building anything that earns without you. If you stop working, your income stops. That is not a job. That is a trap with a paycheck attached to it. Here's the math. You have 24 hours in a day. After sleep, work, commute, and basic living, most people have maybe 4 to 5 free hours. That is your entire capacity to earn if you only trade time for money. There is a hard ceiling, and you hit it years ago. The fix is not working more hours. The fix is building at least one thing that earns while you sleep. A dividend-paying index fund, a digital product, content, rental income. Anything where your money works independently of your time. Even small, even slow. Start now. Habit number 2, spending first and saving whatever is left. Here's the uncomfortable truth about that approach. There is never anything left. Expenses always expand to consume available income. Always. This is not a discipline problem. It is a sequencing problem. The fix is called pay yourself first. The moment money arrives, before a single expense touches it, a set percentage goes directly into savings or investment. 10% minimum. 20 is the target. You do not budget what is left. You live on what is left. If you earn $3,500 a month and save just 10% automatically, that's $350 per month. In 5 years at 8% returns, that becomes over $25,000. Not from sacrifice, from sequencing. The habit builds the wealth. The wealth changes the habit. Habit 3, lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up by exactly the same amount. New job, new salary, new apartment, new car, new everything. The number in your bank account stays identical. You earn more and have nothing. The fix, when your income goes up, freeze your lifestyle at its current level for at least 6 months. Redirect the entire income increase into investments. You do not feel the sacrifice because your lifestyle does not change, but your net worth does. Habit 4, avoiding financial education. Most people know more about their favorite TV show's characters than they know about how compound interest works. That ignorance is not free. It costs you money every single year in missed opportunities, bad decisions, and preventable fees. Not knowing how index funds work costs roughly 1.5% annually in fund fees. On $50,000 over 30 years, that single piece of ignorance costs you over $80,000. Not knowing how credit card interest compounds costs the average person $1,300 per year. Ignorance has a price tag. You do not need a finance degree. You need 30 minutes a week, 1 book per quarter, 1 video per day. The people who build wealth are not smarter. They are slightly less financially ignorant. That is the entire gap. Close it deliberately. Habit 5, renting your identity. Buying clothes, cars, watches, and phones not because you need them, but because they signal a version of you that you want other people to see. The brutal truth, you are spending money you do not have on things you do not need to impress people who do not care. Here's the contrast. The person quietly building real wealth in your neighborhood probably looks completely unremarkable. Modest car, basic clothes, average everything. They are not renting a wealthy identity. They are actually building one, silently. Habit 6, relying on a single income stream. You are one bad boss decision, one company restructuring, one health emergency away from zero income. If you have built your entire life around that single stream, that is not just a financial problem, that is a survival problem. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. You do not need 7 immediately. You need 2. A second stream does not have to be massive, it just has to exist. Dividends, freelance work, a digital product, rental income. Build the second rope before you need it. Habit 7. Choosing comfort over growth. Every wealth-building move feels uncomfortable at first. Investing feels scary. Starting a side hustle feels overwhelming. Asking for a raise feels risky. So most people choose not to, and not yet becomes never. Discomfort tolerance is one of the strongest predictors of long-term financial success. Every time you do the uncomfortable financial thing, invest, negotiate, build, you are not just making money, you are training a version of yourself that makes more of it.
Habit 8. Reactive finances. Managing money only when there is a crisis. No emergency fund, no financial plan, no budget. Just reacting to whatever financial fire started today. This is not budgeting. This is financial whack-a-mole, and the moles always win. The fix is a proactive financial plan built on 3 foundations. 1. An emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of expenses. 2. A spending plan written before the money arrives. 3. One clear financial goal you are actively building toward right now. Proactive beats reactive every single time. Habit 9. Being cheap on assets and expensive on liabilities. Most people spend lavishly on things that lose value. Cars, clothes, gadgets, restaurants. Then they refuse to spend on things that generate returns. Education, tools, investment accounts, business infrastructure. Before any significant purchase, ask one question. Does this grow in value or shrink? If it shrinks, minimize it. If it grows, invest in it. A $2,000 online course that earns you $10,000 more per year is not an expense. It is a 400% return. Habit 10. The most expensive habit of all. Waiting for the right time. I will start investing when I have more money. I will start saving when my debt is gone. I will build the business when things calm down. The right time is a myth, and every year you wait is compound interest you never get back. Here's what happens when waiting costs. If you invest $200 per month starting at age 25 and stop at 35, just 10 years, you will have more at 65 than someone who starts at 35 and invests $200 every single month until retirement. Time in the market destroys timing the market, every time. The fix to waiting for the right time is starting imperfectly. $50 in an index fund today beats a perfect plan that starts next year. Progress beats perfection. An imperfect start builds the habit, proves the concept, and gets compound interest working for you before the right time ever arrives. So, here are all 10 habits that keep 90% of people poor. Let us run through them one more time because I want this to stick. These are the exact patterns standing between where you are right now and where your money could take you. 1. Only active income, never passive. 2. Spending before saving. 3. Inflating lifestyle with every raise. 4. Avoiding money knowledge. 5. Buying identity instead of building net worth. 6. One income stream. 7. Comfort over growth. 8. Reacting instead of planning. 9. Spending backwards on liabilities over assets. 10. Waiting. Now, here's what happens when you replace all 10. You don't need a higher salary. You don't need to win the lottery. You need the same income you already have, managed with different habits. Watch what the math does over 10 years. Here's why these habits are so hard to break. They're all designed to feel good right now. Spending feels good right now. Comfort feels good right now. Status items feel good right now. The reward is immediate. The cost is invisible, delayed, compounded, silent. Your brain is not wired to feel future poverty today. And here's this. Every single one of these habits is something a corporation profits from. Your credit card company profits from your reactive spending. Your car dealer profits from your identity spending. Your subscription services profit from your comfort. The system is designed to encourage every one of these habits. Breaking them is resistance. The real reason most financial advice doesn't work is not because people don't know what to do. It's because they're trying to do wealthy behaviors while still holding a broke identity. Until you see yourself as someone who builds wealth, the habits will not stick. Identity changes first, behavior follows. If you feel overwhelmed, do not try to fix all 10 at once. Start with 1. Specifically, habit 2. Automate a percentage of your income to savings before it touches your checking account. This single change, done today, will build the financial identity that makes every other habit easier.
Here is the beautiful truth about financial habits. They compound just like money does. Every time you choose saving over spending, you reinforce the identity. Every time you learn something about money, the next lesson is easier. Every time you make a proactive financial decision, it gets slightly more natural. The habits build each other. Let me give you a concrete 30-day plan. Not overwhelming, not a complete financial overhaul. One specific action per week that directly breaks one of these habits. Do all 4 in 30 days and you will feel the shift. The habits will start looking different to you. Week 1. Set up automatic savings. Even if it is just $25, log into your bank today. Create an automatic transfer of any amount from checking to savings on every payday. This breaks habit 2 immediately and starts building your financial identity as someone who saves.
Do it today, not this weekend, today. Week 2, conduct a subscription audit. Open your bank statement and find every recurring charge, every subscription, every auto renewal, every monthly service. For each one, answer this: have I used this in the last 30 days? If no, cancel it today. The average person saves $240 per year from this single exercise. Week 3, invest 1 hour in financial education. Read 1 chapter of a personal finance book. Watch 1 credible video on index funds. Listen to 1 episode of a money podcast. 1 hour. The return on that single hour, measured in better decisions over decades, will be the highest ROI activity you do all year. Week 4, write your single financial goal for the next 12 months. Not a wish, a specific number with a specific deadline. I will have $5,000 in my emergency fund by December 31st. That's a goal. I want to save more is a wish. Goals get achieved, wishes get deferred. Write it down and put it where you see it every morning.
Here's the most important thing I want you to understand. The 10% who build real wealth on ordinary incomes are not smarter than you. They do not have secret investment clubs or insider information. They simply do not have these 10 habits. That is it. The entire gap is behavioral. Financial habits compound just like money. Every correct habit you build today makes the next one easier. Every time you pay yourself first, your financial identity strengthens. Every time you choose growth over comfort, your risk tolerance expands. The person you become in 10 years of right habits is categorically different from who you are today. Right now, in this exact moment, you are at a fork in the road. You can close this video and go back to the same patterns. That is comfortable, that is familiar. Or you can pick 1 habit, just 1, and change it today. Small choice, enormous long-term consequence. The fork is here, right now. The real enemy of wealth building is not your salary. It is not the economy. It is not bad luck. The real enemy is the version of you that chooses familiar over effective, comfort over compound interest, the next few hours of enjoyment over the next few decades of security. That version of you is who you are fighting. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to change everything tomorrow. You need to be slightly better with money this week than you were last week. Do that consistently for 5 years, and you will be in a completely different financial position than 90% of the people around you. Not because you got lucky, because you built better habits. Quick distinction before we close. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep and grow. A doctor earning $350,000 per year with $200,000 in debt and zero savings is not wealthy. A teacher earning $52,000 with no debt and $180,000 invested is. Wealth is the gap between what you make and what you keep. One of the most powerful wealth-building principles is removing the decision from the equation entirely. Automate your savings, automate your investments, automate your bill payments. Willpower runs out. Systems do not. The wealthiest people do not rely on discipline. They rely on architecture, systems that make the right thing happen automatically. Let me spend 30 seconds on emergency funds because they underpin almost every other habit. Without one, every financial problem is a crisis. With one, it is an inconvenience. 3 months of expenses is the minimum, 6 is the goal. Keep it in a high-yield savings account, not in your checking account where you'll spend it. One more truth connecting all 10 habits. High-interest debt is the most effective poverty trap ever created. At 24% APR, the average credit card rate in 2026, $5,000 in credit card debt costs you $1,200 per year just to exist. That $1,200 could be your investment contribution. Instead, it is a reverse compound interest machine working against you. Final bonus insight. Your financial habits are heavily influenced by the 5 people you spend most time with. If your closest circle has reactive finances, lifestyle inflation, and status spending habits, you will drift back toward those patterns, no matter how much you know. Consciously choose who you get financial influence from. Here's what happens when Adam breaks all 10 habits. Not in 30 years, in the next 12 months. Month 1, auto savings set. Month 3, first $1,000 invested. Month 6, emergency fund started. Month 9, first passive income dollar earned. Month 12, the habits are automatic. The breakthrough is not the money, it's the identity. Here's something the wealthy never tell you. The real feeling of financial progress is not a luxury car. It is the moment you check your account after an unexpected $1,200 car repair and realize you still have money. The anxiety is gone. You handled it. That calm is what wealth actually feels like. It's available at $10,000 in savings, not $1 million. Before we close, one honest self-assessment. Out of these 10 habits, how many do you currently have? Not how many you used to have, right now, today. Drop the number in the comments below, 0 to 10. No judgment. Knowing where you are is the only way to know how far you need to go. If you counted 7 or more, you're in the majority, and that's okay. That's exactly the point of this video. The habits you have right now are not a reflection of your character. They're a reflection of what you were taught or not taught about money. They are changeable, every single one of them. Let's recap one final time. 10 habits that keep 90% of people poor. Only active income, spending before saving, lifestyle inflation, avoiding financial education, building identity through net worth, not possessions, building multiple income streams, choosing strategic discomfort, planning finances proactively, investing in assets, not liabilities, and start today imperfectly. These are not the habits of millionaires. They are the habits that create them. The 90% are not poor because they are unlucky or lazy or didn't work hard enough. Most of them worked incredibly hard their entire lives. They are poor because nobody ever showed them these patterns, and the systems around them actively reinforced the wrong habits. Now you've seen them. What you do next is up to you. If this video helped you see your money habits differently, subscribe. Every week, I break down the specific financial patterns, psychological traps, and practical systems that separate people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. No fluff, no fake motivation, just the real patterns and what to do about them. Drop a comment right now. Which of the 10 habits hit closest to home for you? Number 1 through 10. I read every single one. And honestly, knowing which habits land most helps me make better videos for you. Your comment might help someone else watching recognize the same pattern in themselves.
Subscribe to Golden Endings for real patterns, real fixes, and true financial awareness, and build a stronger financial future one step at a time. And before you go, challenge yourself to break just one bad money habit this week. Small changes today can create a completely different future tomorrow. Join us on the journey, and I'll see you next week.